Hey, what's up guys? This is Astranox. In this video, I'm going to be showcasing Luna's damage, her skill 3 damage. Is she worth investing into? Let's compare her to my 4-star Earth Thief Cidd. So let's try her damage and yeah, let's do a bit of math as well. So we can figure out if I have her fully powered up, right? Memory imprint, skill ups. Let's see if her damage is high enough. As you can see, I don't have Luna at plus 15 skill ups, but I'm going to be comparing her skill 3 damage to the skill 3 damage of Cidd. So I'm missing 10% damage here. This is, 10% damage without any skill up. So if I get it, it's actually going to be a bit less than 10% damage increase if I get that thing. And I'm missing here 9% attack, which I assume is working on top of the gear, not, based on her base attack. And also 9% crit chance. So quite a bit of value out of this. Real nice skill. This is random, it depends how many hits you're doing, how many extra hits, between 1 and 3. So I don't like the randomness of this thing. Memory imprint, I'm not getting any attack out of this. But if I had this thing at triple S, because of her base attack, this would actually give her 201 attack more. So that's pretty sweet. So just keep that in mind. I'm missing that. So that's a lot of investment. First, you got the MolaGora, of course, triple S-ing, a 5-star hero, a limited hero, very hard to actually do. I'm just a free-to-play player. I'm not a whale. So yeah, let's just check some numbers. In terms of gear and stats, I have her on a speed set and a crit set because I'm using a combat units booster, Faithless Lytica or Rosie, you could be using Judith. I don't want her to have no speed and push her with auxiliary lots because it's not a good demonstration. Because auxiliary lots, if you use him, in World Arena, they just ban him and that's the end. I don't like to. I don't want to showcase her that way. So I'm going for speed, of course, about 200 speed, so I can actually follow up after my combat units booster. And in terms of attack, well, it's a decent amount. She's got this exclusive equipment, 14% attack increase. So that's pretty nice. And that's her gear. The crit chance is going to be plus 21% because of her skill 2 passive. So we're going to be at 86%. And I have Midnight Bloom. So I'm getting 16% crit chance out of that anyways. And even if I didn't have Midnight Bloom, it still works because she's at elemental advantage with her skill number 3. So she gets 15% crit chance, for free, because she's always at elemental advantage with skill number 3, but not with skill number 1. So it's important that you reach, 100% crit chance. So of course, the portrait of the saviors will help her to, push the damage even further. As you can see here, this is my Cidd's gear on Luna. You can see the stats here. She would be getting, 4% critical hit damage, which is only a bit over 1% damage more. And she's actually losing, 3% attack. So 3% damage would be lost, because of the fact that she has 110 less attack with Cidd's gear. Now, of course, Luna, she's a 5-star hero. She's got much better base stats. Luna has an exclusive equipment, 14% attack increase. Luna has, of course, that passive, up to 30% attack and critical hit chance because of that passive. So it's much easier to gear Luna, and you also don't need a speed buff like you do on Cidd. These are the stats and the gear of my Cidd. To be honest, he's got some of my best gear on my first account here on Global, and it's really nice. It's really, really nice. This necklace is completely crazy. I don't have attack percentage on it, but still. He doesn't have as much attack as Luna. He doesn't have the passive of Luna, but Cidd actually has an extra multiplier that increases his damage based on his speed. So with speed buff, he has a big advantage there, and his multiplier, they are very good. So let's test out the multiplier of Luna. And this, Elia's knife, if I'm able to deal damage to the target or targets, well, I'm activating this thing. But if I don't deal damage to the targets, then it's better to just have, portrait of the saviors on him to get maximum damage. Let me quickly show you guys the damage here. This is, Wyvern 13 stage. I'm just gonna show you guys what kind of numbers can come out of Cidd and Luna. So they will have attack buff and speed buff. You know, the speed buff doesn't help Luna in terms of damage, but it does help Cidd. So, you know, with Luna, you don't actually need the speed buff. So here, let's test out the damage without having, you know, the Soulburn. So let's test it out on this ad here. They're both going to attack the same target with the same amount of defense. You can see 23.9 thousand, almost 24,000 with Cidd. And, you know, I have Eliha's Knife activated, so he's able to penetrate, you know, 20% of the target's defense. Now, if I had Portrait of the Saviors, he would not be dealing as much damage because these targets have a decent amount of defense. Now, if I'm fighting a target that has a much higher amount of defense, then of course Eliha's Knife is getting more and more value. Now, Luna is a warrior, so she cannot, you know, wear an artifact like Eliha's Knife. She's stuck with Portrait of the Saviors to deal maximum damage. Now, her skill number 3, Cidd was 23.9k, and Luna is able to deal 16, almost 16.2k. That is a major difference. But okay, that's not the Soulburn, right? It's not in you know, every cases that you're gonna have a Soulburn, so you have to keep that in mind. Okay, we have CDOM to get soul, so we can Soulburn Cidd and Luna's skill number 3. We have Anos, so I can actually have the attack and the speed buff, as well as softening up the targets because her skill 3 deals damage. So now with CDOM, I can just, you know, soften up the big target, so we leave the other smaller ones unharmed. Okay, let's see that damage. I'm really curious here. So Eliha's Knife is activated, and Cidd is able to deal 31.8k. That is a ton of damage. 31.8k. Let's see Luna now. Here we go. $23,000. 31.8k. Almost 32,000. Luna dealt 23,000. That is almost a 9,000 damage difference. That is quite insane. That's like, what is it? Like over 35%, almost 40% more damage with Cidd. Cidd actually dealt 38% more damage than Luna with the skill number 3, Soulburn. I don't have any memory imprint for Luna, so if I did have her at triple S, that's 201 attack. That means 5.6% more attack than what she has right now. And if I got this skill number 2 powered up, you know, I'm missing 9% attack, which works on top of her gear. Let's say that, let's round it to, you know, let's say it's like 16% more damage. And then skill number 3, let's say I have the skill up, right? So that's 10% damage increase, but it is actually 10% before any other skill up. So let's say it's 9% more damage. So we have her at 25% more damage than what she's doing right now. Cidd actually dealt 38% more damage than her. Yes, he needed Eliha's Knife. Yes, he needs speed because that's another multiplier for Cidd, and he does need speed buff. So is Luna worth investing into? She's ice. You have to worry about, you know, start to use like skill number 1 a few times before you can use skill 3 again. But if you're looking for like raw damage, pure damage, yes, you can use Luna with like auxiliary lots. You're gonna get the attack buff. You can build her slow with as much attack, crit damage as possible, and she's gonna be hitting real hard with this exclusive equipment. You're able to go, you know, again and potentially deal a lot of damage, or, you know, even maybe one shot a squishy hero because of the randomness of her skill 1. So it really depends. As a free-to-play player, it's not worth pulling for Luna for PvP content. It's not worth it. But if you're going to be using her in multiple areas of the game, you know, you're going to be using her in Wyvern, you're going to be using her in, you know, Hall of Trials maybe, you're going to be using her in Hell Raid, you're going to be bringing her in Fire Expedition, you're going to be pushing the Abyss with her. and you want to use her in PvP as well, you know, for Guild War offense, maybe, I don't know, World Arena. It's going to be hard to pull off an Oxlots combo, but having her with high speed, you know, a combat shrewdness booster, an attack buffer, like, it's way more realistic. But it's going to be really hard to actually down the target, like guarantee downing the target to get that extra turn. You need to be fighting a team that doesn't have multiple layers of protection. If they have Barrier, Adamant Shield, if they have Aureus, like, it's too many layers of protection. And if they go before you and they get the defense buff, forget it. Like, you're not going to be downing anyone with her unless they are ultra squishy. Let's try the damage, you know, of Cidd with Portrait of the Saviors this time. So the Soulburn here, you will see that it's not as high. You know, 29.4, almost 29.5k. It is still like really, really high. But if the target doesn't have much defense, then yeah, probably get more value out of a Portrait of the Saviors. And here for Luna, well, it's gonna be the same damage, of course. Yeah, I mean, the difference is not as massive this time. This time Cidd actually dealt 28% more damage than Luna. You know, so Portrait of the Saviors, of course, is not as good as Eliha's Knife. You know, a different, like a 10% difference. 28% more damage versus 38% more damage with Eliha's Knife. So if Luna had triple S memory imprint, if I had her, you know, skilled up here, if I had this thing maxed out as well, then she would be doing, you know, 25% more damage. So it is very close to what Cidd is able to do with Portrait of the Saviors, but not as good as, of course, Eliha's Knife. Let us know what you guys think about Luna in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button, and if you loved it, well, consider subscribing to the channel. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all you do. Peace out for now.